Podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawaski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat Podcast, brought to you by our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Fredo's Culinary Kitchen, and Nick and Ivy Brewing. We are doing the podcast live on a Monday night of the week of Thanksgiving. It's a lot to get to. It's really one of the big weeks of the year for us, for all fats, for everyone.
Yes.
So plenty to get to. We've tried lots of things and, of course, Thanksgiving related stuff.
Yes. But my favorite day on the food calendar, I know it's not Rick's. We'll get to that a little bit later. Do us a favor. Make sure you are following us on all of our social medias at I'm Fat Pod, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Blue Sky. Yes. That's everything, I believe.
Yeah.
We also have the I'm Fat Podcast fans page on Facebook and our merch shop, I'mFatMerch.com, on sale right now. So jump on there, take advantage of 35% off, up to 35% off everything in shop. And even if you're not looking for specifically I'm Fat Podcast merch, if you go to our link anyway, we still get a kickback. So if you see something on your Instagram feed or your Twitter feed or whatever that says, hey, look, it's TeePublic and something you like, use our link. Just type in I'mFatMerch.com and shop there, and we'll get a couple bucks every time you buy something, which would be greatly appreciated. You can email us, I'mFatPod@gmail.com, and the fat phone is 708-858-3314. But Rick, it was a monumental week for you.
It really was.
Because, well, I'll just let you say it. It's your thing.
The goddamn Caramel Apple Empanada is back.
It is back.
For a very limited time. But it's back.
It is back. And I tried one for the first time.
Lucky, I wish I could have that experience again.
I just don't think dessert when I'm at Taco Bell.
Fair. I also apparently don't think saving money anymore either, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But all right, how was it for you? Was it everything you imagined and more? Was it different? Was it the same?
It was exactly the same.
Okay.
Which was perfect. Like I posted the video on all of our social medias of me taking the first bite, and it really was everything I remember in terms of the good caramel flavor, the little chunks of apple, the being extremely hot and burning my mouth, the having to have the technique when eating it so that it's not spill. I did have it spill on my thumb at some point and scorch my thumb. So that wasn't great.
Yeah.
But it was the same flavor that I remember, hit all the nostalgic notes, and was just good. It's just very good. Like like you get the crunch from it, you get the apple, you get the caramel, like you get what you want in there, and it just absolutely hit. So I may have had it the next day as well. Who's to say? So I've had 3 of them so far, and I'm very happy that I have.
Well, that's great. And I'll say this. So I took your advice because I saw you burn yourself on your video. And I just went to Taco Bell for lunch and got my 3 Doritos Locos tacos. And I just kept the empanada there in the top right corner until I was done with my tacos.
Smart.
So it was it was still very hot. So I was like, wow, that like 10 minutes went by. I think I may have gotten a phone call or something mid-meal. So it was really longer than usual. And it was still very hot and very delicious. I liked it. Way bigger than I expected. Way bigger. In terms of like empanada comparisons.
Sure.
Usually an empanada, like a traditional one, is like a bigger pierogi.
Yeah.
This was almost like a pizza puff size.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I really liked it. I didn't know really what to expect in terms of the filling.
Sure.
But I really liked it. And I will try it again next time I go. I think I will say the Doritos Locos, which I usually get all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was just this batch I got, but it was over Doritoed.
Ooh.
It was like way too much Dorito on the shell. I had like orange thumbs, like I had been eating Cheetos.
Yeah.
It was like a little too much. But the empanada was great. I'm sad the double decker's gone, but if it gets you your caramel apple empanada back for a while, then it's a fair exchange. Because I've had the double decker come back twice before you got your caramel apple empanada once. So
Yeah, I'm happy it's back. I really am, and it was a good experience. So the first time I had it was like opening night for it. Sam and I went to dinner with her parents and her grandma out at Village Tavern. And
Oh,
then
you went to Taco Bell.
no, that would have been funny. So then
Like,
afterwards we were like, yeah, not much cheaper. So then we were like, kind of understood. We're like, we're still going to Taco Bell after this just to get the caramel apple empanadas, right? And we're like, yes. So we hit the terrible one that, according to Russ Schneider, on Barrington Road, and they at least had those ready. And so we did, you have to order on the app to get them. So we did that, and they were good. And then the next day I go to work, and Brett's like, I want to go to Taco Bell after seeing your video. So I was like, okay, twist my arm. So we went to Taco Bell, order again through the app. And then next to the greatness that is the caramel apple empanada, I see an atrocity on their menu. I knew the cheesy gordita crunch was expensive. I was willing to do that because it's been like $5.49 or something like that. And then I go into the app. That delicious thing. That motherfucker is $6.29? What at Taco Bell should actually cost $6.29 as an individual item?
No, there's no individual item on their menu that is worth $6.29.
It is asinine. Now, was I pot committed mentally to getting the cheesy gordita crunch and I still got 2 of them? Yes, of course I did. However, it's ridiculous.
It's
insanity. Like, it's an atrocity. It's ridiculous that this is the menu price for something from Taco Bell.
All right.
I don't know what to do with myself.
So Frontera Grill is like Chicago's highest end Mexican restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look up the cost of a single taco.
Yeah. Well, here's another one. This new Applebee's combo that they're advertising.
Yeah.
It's a burger, fries, and a drink for $9.99 at Applebee's. And you're telling me the cheesy gordita crunch, one single cheesy gordita crunch with, who knows what letter grade of meat, is $6.29?
Yeah. That's frustrating.
Taco Bell giveth and Taco Bell taketh away.
That's way too much. Okay, they don't have Frontera Grill does not have tacos. I don't know. I'm trying to see their taco place.
How about like literally anywhere else?
Maybe like a higher end, like okay, Pepe's.
Sure.
Not that Pepe's is high end, but come on, like, for comparison's sake,
right?
Look at the menu here at a Pepe's and just see what we're dealing with here.
Mm-hmm.
Taco dinner at Pepe's.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not giving you the price. They're making this impossible. The Taco Bell people have infiltrated and are saying, take all taco prices off the screen, please.
Right.
But they're a couple bucks, right? $5-6, like at a really, really good place.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's a $5 taco, but it's worth it because it's the best ingredients. Nothing at Taco Bell, short of giving me the Pepsi machine to bring home,
right,
it's worth over $6. It's beans, tortilla shells, a little spoonful of meat, and lettuce and cheese.
Yeah.
But I mean,
okay, there's a second shell on it. Cool.
Ooh.
It's like, okay, a hard shell, cheese, soft shell, or whatever you want to call that, the chalupa shell.
Yeah.
Then meat, the like sour cream ranchy deal, lettuce and cheese. That is it. That is not $6.29 worth of food, even with your markup.
That's crazy. But I think they know, like, with these things, people are just coming in to get them specifically.
I guess.
They're like, well, I'm here. I'm not going to leave because it's $6 because I'm still getting lunch for $12. But still, it's like, that's crazy. That's way too much. Our friends at Fredo's would never.
No, of course not.
We'll talk about them in a little bit. Hey, do us a favor. Hit that like button if you're watching us on YouTube. We'd appreciate that. Make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube page as well. If you've never seen our YouTube page, we go live pretty much every week, either Sunday or Monday. YouTube.com/I'mFatPodcast. Go subscribe, all that great stuff. And when you see a video, like it. We're going to start putting more things on YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels and all that. So anytime you see our big fat heads pop up, hit that like button for us and share it with a friend or two. We'd appreciate that. We're still available on all the podcast apps, wherever you get your podcasts, but leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and that would be helpful. So Brian jumps in. Brian Kelly, who's spending time with his family down in Louisiana, says Guac and Taco in Elmhurst, their burrito is $10.95. Exactly, and that's going to be a full-sized meal of a burrito for $10.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Yeah.
So my total order was 2 cheesy gordita crunches, 2 caramel apple empanadas, and a medium drink, which was $1 on the app. Okay, that's the one spot where you're saving people a little bit of money.
And actually you're not, because you're paying, what is the cost of a thing of water, like, or a thing of top, like 8 cents?
Yeah.
Right.
And it was, I forget if it was just under or just over $20 for just me.
Yeah, that's too much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, we were talking about the other week, the B-dubs.
Yeah.
2 entrees, 2 sides, 2 drinks for $19.99. It's a better deal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad you got your stuff. I'm glad you actually got to have your favorites. So that's good. And, you know, if you got to pay a little markup here and there, that's fine.
Sure.
I mean, I guess they're not suffering for business, because I think of Taco Bell still, even though it's not true anymore, was like, hey, I need to eat, and I got $7.
Yes, that's what it was like when I was in college. The one that was near me, that one of my old roommates used to work at.
And I know inflation, right? Like, but it shouldn't go from like $1 to like $6, maybe to $3 or something.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now I got $10. So I can get a meal.
Right. And thank you to, I should have said this before, but I was so happy and enraged all at the same time. Thank you to everyone who reached out. So that was, that was very, Steve's a bad person.
What happened? What's Stitch?
Steve because
for those listening, Steve is in the chat saying hi, Jay and Stitch.
Yes. Steve logged in from his podcast account, the Press One podcast.
Oh, that's going to cost him. It's $10.
Yep. Which I will be finishing after we record. Finishing editing this week's, which is going to be a doozy. So, the Stitch thing goes back to the previous portion of my life, where there may have been a literal crock pot that was Stitch. It was a Stitch crock pot that was in the place that I used to live with the other person that I used to live with, who liked Disney so much.
Oh, Stitch.
Stitch. Yes, Lilo and Stitch.
A stitched crock pot. How does that work? How does that hold any liquid?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yes. So that information was given out, and it is used against me on a weekly basis. Now, mind you, I give everybody credit for the creativity. Steve found a video of someone, this is how you draw Stitch, and sent it to me each step. And I was yelling at him via text. So he is a magnificent troll. He is fantastic at being a troll.
That's true. I do know that from my short time knowing Steve.
What did he do when you were showering at his house?
I think he filmed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was definitely a camera in there. I was like, whatever.
Oh, okay.
I was leaning in. That's his problem, not mine.
I
I will say though, not your fault. I don't think you insisted on the Stitch crockpot.
No, I didn't say no though, and that's the problem.
Now see, you know what? I'm not gonna engage.
Yeah, it's too easy to go to the Disney shrine that was in the closet and the other things. We just won't go there. If anyone wants stories, message me offline. I'm not going to put anybody fully on blast.
Maybe
On
that's a new bit for our Patreon. If you put
Jay and Rick talk shit.
Talk shit about their exes.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. All right, well, let's change the subject.
Yeah.
Hey, we talked about Fredo's earlier. They're not going to charge you $6.50 for a damn taco.
No.
They charge you good prices. And with the code I'm fat, you're going to save 10% on everything you buy. So even if it's close to $6, now with that 10% off, you're good to go. But it's not just it's everything. It's burgers, it's pizza, grilled cheese, giant cheese sticks, salads if those move the needle for you. Desserts. I mean, Fredo's is awesome. They've got an RC machine that has, what is the generic Green River they have? It's called like St. Patrick's or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, there's some. I didn't know that there was a generic Green River. So I thought Green River was as generic as it got.
Mhm.
But they've got it at Fredo's, and check it out, Fredo'sPizza.com. Use that code I'm fat. And we've been telling you as the holidays approach, they've got private chef services. So if you've got a big company party or a huge family party and you just don't want to handle it yourself, hit up Fredo'sPizza.com, get information from them on their personal chef services. Invaluable at the holidays. So you can entertain and host, but you don't have to be slaving away in the kitchen making food for 50 people. They've got it. You can go out and mingle and serve drinks and do all that stuff and hang out with your family if such things interest you.
Mhm.
Which for Rick, now they do.
Yes.
So Fredo'sPizza.com is the website. Use that code I'm fat on your online order,
Mhm.
and you'll save 10%. I tried something new tonight.
Yeah.
I went to Kentucky Fried Chicken. You may have heard of it.
Nope.
I got the remnants here in the old garbage can.
Okay.
Proof.
Yes.
There's gonna be a video out later tonight or tomorrow on our socials. My review of them. I got the chicken tenders because I saw a commercial for them. I'm like, that was a creative commercial, so I'm gonna try them. I gotta say, they're pretty good. So I got I misspoke on my video. It's actually a 4-piece. There's a 3-piece or a 4-piece. I got the 4-piece, which comes with a biscuit and a side.
Why would you? Okay. Why would the difference be 1?
I agree. It should be 4 or 6.
3, yeah, 3 and 5,
3
or
and 5
4
or
and 6.
Yes, exactly.
Not 3 and 4.
3 and 4 is weird.
Yes.
But I got the 4-piece.
Of course.
They're big, probably about the size of Raising Cane's.
Mhm.
So I got the combo. So it was 4-piece, fries. I ordered mashed potatoes, but they gave me fries. KFC. A biscuit and a drink. It all told, like total paid, taxes, everything was $12.
Okay.
So not a horrible deal.
No.
Tenders were very good.
Mhm.
Had that KFC spiced breading on it. They have a sauce called comeback sauce,
Okay.
which is identical to cane sauce.
Okay.
So if you like cane sauce, get the comeback sauce. I also tried, it's called the sticky chicky, which is like a sweet and sour.
Never tried. Never mind.
Yeah, almost like an Asian glaze kind of a sauce, but that was pretty good too. They had a bunch. They had a buffalo ranch, honey barbecue, but I wanted to try these two I hadn't had before, and they were good. So I would say somewhat rotation worthy if you're near a KFC. My thing with them is, do I want to deal with the bad service? Because the service is almost always bad.
Yes.
But it was good today, aside from them not getting my side right. But I never had their fries before, and they're like double fried. And they're
Okay.
But I love the mashed potatoes at KFC.
Yeah.
That's like the best thing they got going because their gravy is like got that nice peppery spice to it, and it's delicious. But these were good. Like on the commercial, they're talking about the tender wars, and I don't know if those are really underway quite yet because I know it didn't.
Are they underway or are they already over and KFC just didn't get the memo?
Could be. Because Popeyes just jumped down with what, nuggets, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know who unless they're warring with Raising Cane's. And I would say like this is pretty comparable.
Okay.
It's got that KFC breading to it, which made it a little better for me. And it's KFC's closer to my house, but I still just don't see myself
going out of your way.
Yeah, like driving through a KFC for lunch.
Is it the Burger King of chicken places in terms of location?
Actually, the KFC I pass every day almost because it's on my way to the highway. But I almost never notice it because I'm just never thinking about that. But no, Burger King is always specifically out of the way for everyone.
It's true.
It's like a
I
company policy.
I will say, actually, it's very close for me at work.
Okay.
Because if you think about that stretch of Butterfield by 355 in the strip mall where everything ends up closing, like Bed Bath and Beyond is gone. Bye bye, baby. Went bye bye.
Incoming.
So, yeah. So there is the Mission Barbecue, or yeah, Joe Thomas's place.
Yeah.
Remember we had him on and got samples of that. There's a Burger King, a Portillos, and a Starbucks, like all in that one huge part of the parking
Oh
lot.
yeah. And actually I have had that Burger King, I think, before I
Mhm.
went to Illinois Media School.
Yeah, exactly. It's right by the old location.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. These were fine. I didn't take any pictures. You'll see them on the video. I got to just put the captions on it, so it'll be out tonight or tomorrow.
Mhm.
But pretty good.
Okay. While we're on chicken, a place I mentioned a couple weeks ago, Birds,
Yeah.
that I went to. There's a location in Schaumburg, not too far from my house. I took Sam there this weekend, and she liked it. And maybe this is a better judge for everybody in terms of spice level, because this is a place where they're like, we have all these different levels of spice and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I get the medium, and that's like good for me. That's right where I want to be heat wise. Sam got the mild. She would usually, like, if there's a country style where there's like no real seasoning on there versus mild, medium, whatever. I'm usually a medium. She's usually a mild. She said the mild was spicy for her.
Okay.
So keep that in mind if you end up going there. I will say the location and the service was better at the Lombard location, but it was still very good. Like, the food is good. There's no doubting that part of it.
I just found out we're getting a Dave's Hot Chicken in Homewood. We had a mod pizza
Oh, okay.
very well.
Mm,
I don't know why. It was a good location. I just think there's a lot of pizza around us, and people are
Yeah.
dug in on the original Aurelio's, or there's that Fifth Quarter right here. Like, people just kind of have their places.
mhm.
I'm excited about that. I think that'll
Yeah.
do pretty well. But I think that probably would shut the door on a Raising Cane's coming, which I
Probably.
always thought was happening at the Boston Market that closed.
Oh no, you're not going to be able to have the one sauce.
Yeah, I actually I do like Cane's. I do, and I do like the sauce,
Mhm.
but it is annoying. Like, just do one more.
Do that and a barbecue and
Like,
call it a.
Like,
You could get by with just two, but being like, screw you. We sell tenders and only tenders and one sauce. You don't like it? Go down the road to KFC, since they're copying our stuff anyway.
well, that was I don't think this is what Cane's is doing. I think Cane's is like, this is what we do, and we do it really well.
Yeah.
Like it or don't like it, fine. But like Gene and Jude's, a really famous Chicago
Mhm.
hot dog place, like, they don't have ketchup in the building.
Yeah, that's
And like, if you
ridiculous.
want ketchup, you have to like, for your fries, which a lot of people
Mhm.
have ketchup on their fries, you have to like go to the McDonald's and pay for ketchup packets.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I'm paying you.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
put if I want something, like, if I want you to put cigarette ashes on my hot dog, you should do it because I'm paying you to do it.
Right. Yeah. Like, it's one thing to have it be like, oh, just like have it be part of your shtick that you'd rather not, but
Yeah.
don't straight up have it not available.
Have you ever been to 35th Street Red Hot's, like right past Guaranteed Rate?
I haven't. That's a place. I have not.
It's really good.
Yeah. It's
But
one,
those
how
are-
there's those places that you never remember until you're in the moment you're passing it.
Yes.
Yep.
Home cut fries, great burgers, or great hot dogs, but they've got like a ketchup shame bell.
Okay.
Like, if you order ketchup, they ring the bell. I'm like, okay, fine. But
Okay.
still, give me what I want. Thank you.
Right. You can ring your bell if I get my goddamn ketchup.
Exactly. All right. I gotta go through my list here.
Well, here I can hit on. I can hit on something here.
Yeah.
So I tried a few things, a few new things this week. Portillos. Something that I did not know until entering the building is that they have a new cake option for now.
By the way,
Oh.
has the interior of your Portillos added like a little gift area?
Yes, they
Okay,
have.
this is like all of a sudden I'm going to Portillo's like, when did this happen? But they all have them all of a sudden.
Sam could not have been more excited. Like, I wish she looked at me the way she looked at the gift area at Portillo's.
She did once.
Yeah, that's true. Thank God. But Yeah, like there's all your gift stuff, and also you can get like the whole cakes and that type of thing. So and also the ordering boxes. They have ordering boxes that you can go to and just touch screens to put in your order.
Get rid of employees.
Well, there is that.
Just like Taco Bell.
So
Everything. Use the app. Use the kiosk if you want the special stuff.
yeah. But I tried the salted caramel spice cake, which sounds like right up my alley.
Yes, it does.
And I will say the spice cake is very good. The caramel though,
Really?
it's like too artificial to me.
That's a big turnoff.
Yeah, especially with caramel. Like I would say caramel's almost like cream soda in that way of boy, you got to straddle that line of being being too artificial tasting.
Yep.
And I think this is just over that line. So like the spice cake, very, very good. But the caramel, I was not the biggest fan of.
So is the frosting caramel, to be clear?
Yes. Yeah, it's spice cake
Yeah.
with the frosting being caramel.
I wonder if they have to make it artificial though caramel is
Probably.
but like
Well, that's why I was trying to think of a different word, but I feel like that gets the point across of like everybody knows what good caramel tastes like, or like that good caramel taste to be able to put into stuff.
Yeah.
Like this isn't that. It's like just over that line to where you get to like your bad. Like I really think cream soda is a good comp for it. Where when you get to that overly sugary cream soda,
100%.
like that's right. It's not as extreme as some of those bad cream sodas, but it's kind of a parallel to it.
That's disappointing. I mean, Portillo's cake is always so good anyway.
I mean, everybody should, like if you're intrigued, give it a try. I don't take what I'm saying just as gospel or anything. Even though I have many correct food opinions, but
there are dozens of them.
Dozens. I need to watch that again soon.
I know. I use that during a Hawks game because the Hawks were playing the Panthers and I was there early enough for the pregame media. Yeah. And Tuomo Rutu, former Black, who was like my favorite when I was in college or whatever.
16?
15. He's close. He is a Panthers coach.
He is?
Yeah, he walked right past me and I'm like, I forgot it. I saw him. And then I was like all excited about it. Yeah. And then this girl ran from, so you've seen the press box at United Center. We're in the front row of the press box. So people can like walk up and talk to us like face to face.
Sure.
Which is sometimes fine. This girl, she's like, Jay. And I'm like, yes. She's like, look at my shirt. She had a Rutu jersey on. And I'm like, nice. There are dozens of us. That came out in that role. Sam just texted me. I gotta see what's going on.
Oh God.
What happened? Well, she texted you too, so it's nothing bad.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Sam's dad. I don't know if I can make this work. Sam's dad between the two of us on TV.
Oh boy. That's God, the fact that they're wasting that big TV on our faces is,
I know. We appreciate it. It's
yes, we appreciate it. The TV doesn't, but we do.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull that up.
That's fine.
I'm sure you're upset. I'm gonna try here.
I mean,
all right, wait.
I love Jeff, and that is a ridiculous ass picture.
Here we go. I did it. Look at me.
Yeah, there we go.
That's great. He's just holding court. He's having a good time. I wish I was there. I'm envious of anyone with a secondary home.
Yeah, that's really cool.
The ultimate, like, I've made it. I have succeeded in life.
Yeah,
I have a lake house or a vacation home.
Yeah, well, and that Steve's dad built it is really freaking cool.
That's very cool. Yes. Yeah. Someday we will get there. But what were we talking about?
I did the Portillos thing, and then I think we were just messing around.
Yes. I almost got killed at Jewel today.
Oh,
I made Tony's chili today. So I had some stuff left over. I had to go get 2 jalapenos, Great Northern beans, kidney beans, and what else I need? Beef. It's an essential ingredient.
Yes.
But you know how like carts lock when you like if you leave the premises of a grocery store, the carts lock so you can't steal them.
Sure.
You know, so I'm checking out and pushing my cart through the line, and it just locks on me. And I almost did like a complete like Mr. Bean
Yeah.
over the top into the cart because I was going like at a decent speed and it just stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in the middle of the store checking out, and the thing just stopped on me, and I almost like honestly went head over heels into the cart. And like 6 months ago, this happened to my mother-in-law at Mariano's. She was pushing her cart out, and it like locked at the door, and she was going full speed. And she threw her back out.
Oh wow.
She was thinking about like pressing charges on Mariano's because it was so bad. Like she was in pain for like a couple weeks from it.
Jeez.
That's dumb.
Yes.
The locking mechanism,
Yeah.
like if it's not working, turn it off.
Yeah.
That's really dumb. That's really dumb. And Sam chimes in saying that the carts don't do that in St. Charles. Well, because people in St. Charles don't need to steal carts.
Right.
They just have their butlers shop for them. So yeah, I definitely like boom, like hurt and everyone's looking at me. I'm like, my cart locked. Because sometimes it'll happen when you're in a store, you hit like maybe like a cherry seed on the floor, like a pit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like you have to stop it and like move around it and keep going. This like
Sure.
completely froze on me. So finally, after I had checked out and gone around my cart, the guy behind me is like, let's just lift it out of this line. So I grabbed he grabbed the back and we just like left it at the end of the row. But that was fun. That was a fun experience.
Yeah.
But dude, I gotta tell you, Charlie's bacon. I know we're gonna talk about Charlie later.
Yeah.
His bacon chili. It's just perfect. Every time I make it, I'm like, what am I gonna change? I don't change anything.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I changed from his recipe is I use a little bit less brown sugar than he does.
Okay.
But it's amazing. So order from Charlie and maybe he'll send you his recipe. So freaking good. There's that I want to talk about. And I saw something for you. And I know you're a big French silk guy.
Oh wow.
This week at Crumb Cookies, French silk pie cookie. Wow. Have you had their pie cookies?
I have not.
They're pretty good. I'm going to say something controversial.
Actually, I think has there been a different version of a French silk pie cookie before?
They may have had like a flat cookie like that.
Yeah, it was more cookie-like than pie-like.
So these are the pie cookies.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to say, I think Crumble's a little overrated.
It's, speaking of overpriced, it's 100% that. But goddamn, those look good.
Those do look good. The Oreo cookies and cream pie has my attention.
Yep. Pretty much the top row. I'll take top row versus bottom row here.
Yeah. So the top row for those listening on the podcast, French silk pie, apple pie, Oreo cookies and cream pie. And then the bottom row is key lime pie, pecan pie, and pumpkin pie. I like all those things, but you're right. I would never stray from that top row.
Yeah. I'm not a pumpkin pie person. I'm not a pumpkin person.
Yeah, but like pumpkin pie is not like pumpkin. It's nutmeg and it is, but it's nutmeg and cinnamon and it's pumpkin flavors. I like pumpkin pie like once a year.
My mom makes a very good pumpkin pie from what everybody says. I don't really like pumpkin pie, so I'm a bad judge. But apparently hers is fantastic.
Well, save me your piece and I'll have it.
Okay.
Just ship it over to me.
Yeah. I tried something else this week. I'll stagger the two things that were a little disappointing with the thing that was really good.
Okay.
And I love the concept too of this. Maybe a place you wouldn't think of for us because it could be misconstrued. Well, maybe not misconstrued. It just has elements of being healthy. Jamba Juice has put out fruit snacks. I'm
going to say before we reveal these fruit snacks.
Yeah.
I think Jamba Juice is actually incredibly unhealthy.
Really?
It is a crap ton of sugar.
Oh, okay.
I can't go there.
Really?
Like, there's nothing on their menu I can get because everything is so sugary.
Mm.
So I think people think it's healthy because
Yeah.
they're like, look, juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's like 6 pumps of sugar in it.
Yeah.
Okay. So here are the fruit snacks. Those do look good.
Yeah. So I found these at 7-Eleven. So maybe check your local 7-Eleven. So here's what I thoroughly enjoy and appreciate about the concept. This is so it's the strawberry surf rider pack, which
Mhm.
means the Jamba Juice logo, like the tornado-y looking thing, is the flavor of the smoothie, the
Oh,
strawberry surf rider.
okay.
But the other ones are each individual element of that smoothie. So you get peach, you get the lime sherbet, you get the lemonade, and you get the strawberry. Those are the 4 things that are in the strawberry surf rider. So you get each individual element and the thing put together to make the pack, which I think is really a smart like concept for how they go about doing it.
It is. I'm more likely to try these in a Jamba Juice because here I am looking. They don't have that one on their menu at the moment.
Okay.
But the Caribbean Passion is the lowest calorie drink they have, 330 calories.
Mhm.
The sugar is 53 grams. It is 60 carbs.
Wow.
That's like 2.5 Snickers worth of chocolate, of sugar, rather.
That is a lot.
That's a crap ton of sugar.
So the fruit snacks, if you're wondering about texture, it's if the spectrum is Welch's to the sharks at the grocery store in the store brand,
Yeah.
it's
Bad.
it's like 80% towards the sharks at the store.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I thought these would have a gushing element,
No. No, they don't.
but I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know you're laughing.
So but like so yeah, it was very much like the sharks in the generic store variety, with just a little bit off of that, but like that's like the perfect texture for me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I actually I like those. Maybe it's part nostalgia in there too. I'm
Could
guilty of that on pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So that's definitely part of it, but also just like the flavors were very good, like as natural as you could reasonably expect a fruit snack to taste. I think a lot of the flavors were pretty spot on. I'm not the biggest peach person, but like let's put it this way. If I was at blind taste tested those, I'm confident I could answer strawberry, lemonade, or lemon,
Yeah.
lime, and peach. Like I could give all those and like they were all very good. So yeah, check those out at 7-Eleven. I guess there's one other of their smoothies, the mango a-go-go, that they do these packs with. So if you see either of those, give them a spin. I thought they were very good.
Okay. Mango a go-go, the actual drink.
Yeah. Okay.
That is 70 carbs, 63 grams of sugar.
Wow.
And I believe that is for it doesn't say of it what size. Maybe they just have one size. It's not letting me choose another size. So,
Okay.
oh, here, strawberry surf rider. I just found it.
There
That
it is.
is 52 grams of sugar, 57 carbs.
Healthy.
That's, dude. I'll just say this though. Like,
Yeah.
anytime there's juice involved, it's gonna have sugar in it. Like orange
Sure.
juice is very sugary,
Yeah.
but I think they add sugar to it too.
Yeah. For people like me that are like, that could be healthy. I don't know if I'm going to like the taste.
The Mariano's ones, like those smoothies, are actually healthy because they
Yeah.
don't add the artificial sugar unless you ask.
Okay.
But they don't taste awesome, like I assume a Jamba Juice does.
Fair.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, when you're going out to try your Jamba Juice or your Mariano's or whatever, do it in style in your Mazda from Mazda of Orland Park, 8910 West 159th Street, right there in, yep, you guessed it, Orland Park. Got a bunch of new stuff coming out. They've got a new like fully electric for the first time coming out. They've got that CX-50, which I've had my eye on for when it's time to upgrade. This car will be paid off, I think, in like a year and a half or so, and then I'll look at the trade into 5 to get another one.
Nice.
I love what they do. I love all the cars, but the most important thing, as I say all the time, is the service there. I'm actually going to be there on Wednesday to get I told you last week, my car yelled at me.
Mm-hmm.
Service is due, jerk. Like pops up on your screen. So it reminds you, you are due for an oil change and all that stuff. And I'm at the 60,000 mile mark. So it's like that's like a milestone maintenance thing.
Okay.
So I'll go in there. I'll be in and out. It'll be great service, like it always is at Mazda Roland Park. So go check them out. 8910 West 159th Street. Just walk in, look around. They're not going to bug you. They'll ask you if you need help. If you say nope, just look and they'll say cool. Let us know if you need us, and that'll be it. Say hi to our buddy Eric Vates. He'll be in the office holding court and lamenting the White Sox.
Yeah,
these days.
Yeah, can we not?
Not
because this is a week to be thankful.
It is.
Not thankful for the White Sox.
Now, I know Thanksgiving is not your favorite.
It is my favorite.
Well, but you don't like turkey.
Yeah. So I like everything else.
What are your plans, by the way, aside from the food? We all know the food. Like, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I will be like the second that I get out of work on Wednesday, I will be heading down to Gillespie to go see Jeff trying to be part of the TV.
Nice. That'll be fun.
Yeah. So I'll be down there for a couple days.
Is your family joining you down there, or are you just going to do things?
No, I'm going over there tomorrow. Like tomorrow after work, I'm going over to my mom's. Really for the last, I don't even know how long now. Excuse me. My family has not done, like my immediate family has not done much for holidays. So when it's, my larger family doesn't really get together. So at most it was either like the four of us. There's no point in doing a whole turkey or anything like that, or like a huge feast. So we'd pick a couple things that are our favorites and do it up that way. So still get the things that we like the most, and we get to, have a meal together and that type of thing, but not like the whole traditional Thanksgiving or Christmas, really. It's like we have fun and we spend some time with each other, but like it's not a huge to do necessarily.
I get that. Are you going to bring the Stitch crock pot? Rick, are you going to bring the Stitch crock pot?
Follow us on all of our social media.
I know they're still watching. I had to take a shot at myself.
I know. It's fair. It's fair.
We have our 18th annual football game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking this year, now that it's 18 years, like to hand the reins over to a younger cousin to be like, I started this thing 18 years ago. Now you
game and is an adult.
Well, it's not only just that, but like I feel the pressure to like play and go all the time, and like
sure.
I work late the night before, I work the next day, so I'm like, maybe
you're old.
I know. I'm going. I'll be there. Game's at 8, so it's not too early. And the Bears played at 11, so we'll be in and out of there quick. So
go watch the Bears.
Yeah, so go watch the Bears lose again.
Just get their dicks kicked in.
Yeah. At least the quarterback looks good.
Yeah, he does. That's all that matters now.
All that matters. Anyway, we're not going to waste people's time with that.
No, we are not. Not Thanksgiving week. I'm thankful for Caleb Williams, and that's about it. Yeah. I'll be thankful when Ben Johnson gets here.
And I'll be thankful when Connor Bedard puts a puck in a net.
Has he not been doing that?
He's not scoring. Everything else is like fine. He's still the leading scorer on assists, but he's just not. He only has 3 goals this year. He's like hitting the post, or like the goalie gets a piece of it with like the knob of his stick, or like all this crazy bad luck.
Is there going to be like one of those things where once he breaks a seal, there's just going to be a flood of them?
It feels that way.
And like at the end of the year, it'll be, if you just looked at the numbers, it'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it'll because we're so long into the season, I think it will be lower than people expected, because people were talking like 40 goals for him.
Okay.
I
mean,
20s.
I get it, because he's talked about as a generational dude. So,
and he is, and he will be. There's no reason to worry. But anyway, but then going to my Aunt Joe's for Thanksgiving. I think I said last week my dad sent me his menu like 3 weeks ago for what I have to bring him.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. And then I've mentioned before, my Aunt Joe for my entire life has done that tree trimming party.
Yes.
This is the last one this year. She's hanging it up after I think this is the 49th year she's done it.
Wow.
So this is going to be the last one. So I'm so happy that I don't have to work on Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
I don't have to work for her tree trimming party. So I get to experience all the stuff again. So I can't wait. I love Thanksgiving. First plate's going to be all turkey, all stuffing, all mashed potatoes. Get out of my way. That's it. I just make way because
Yep.
I'm so ready for Thanksgiving this year.
Yeah. Same.
By the way, I just asked Hope about this and she reminded me. If you do like Thanksgiving and it's like just you and a partner, Costco has like a Thanksgiving kit, which is like a small turkey, a big serving of mashed potatoes, and like other sides and stuff. And it's I'm trying to see the price here. See if I can zoom in, old man. It's like $40.
Okay.
It looks like it all comes out like ready to go.
Nice.
So you just throw it in the see, I'll see if I can share it here. You just like throw it in the oven and it's good to go. I can't. Okay, trust me, it's at Costco. So if you're looking for like, I don't really know how to make a turkey or how to prep everything.
Mhm.
If it's like you and a partner, that seems like a really reasonable idea to get yourself a traditional Thanksgiving. Those pre-made kits from Costco are great. So
Yeah.
get those. But I can't wait. Full report coming next week.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I know you have one more thing before Ask a Fat.
Well, and yeah, we haven't really. It's weird because I feel like we've done all the Thanksgiving stuff like so many years. Because
What's episode 265? So we've done it 4 times?
Oh, more than that.
Yeah, at least.
We've been think about so how many things? 5 or 6 at least?
Yeah, probably.
Because if you think like how many different things are in the Onion Ring of Honor,
True.
so that's one a year. So that's like
Yes.
5 or 6. So
We enjoy Thanksgiving.
yes, Thanksgiving is great. One thing that I really love that is a new thing from being with Sam's family. This is gonna be my 3rd Thanksgiving with them, by the way.
That's wild.
I know because like
date with Sam.
Say it again.
What was your first date? Like, what was the date of the first date?
October 6th, 22.
Yeah, so that was like right when you guys figured out, like, okay, this is a thing.
Yeah, but like even then, thinking about it, is the fact that I agreed to go downstate with people I'd met a couple times at that point, and not just like, hey, go for Thanksgiving, maybe stay a night, maybe 2, whatever. I went for like many days. I don't remember how many, but many days. So I probably should have just known then because I didn't really think twice about it.
I did.
Yeah.
I knew then.
Yeah.
I knew very quickly.
Yeah. Well, I remember I don't remember.
Feeling.
Yeah, like this I don't want to get like sappy or anything like that.
Come on,
but just
Rick,
like
do it.
no. Just like I remember recently Sam asked like when did you know? Or like when did you know you wanted to propose at some point? And I was like, I don't remember exactly when, but it was when we were having our usual pre-pod conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember telling you I'm going to marry her someday.
Yep, I remember that too.
And it wasn't too terribly long into us dating. I don't remember exactly how long, but yeah. So that was like 6 weeks into us dating. I was like, yeah, I'll go hang out with your family for a week and meet your dog that's going to want to kill me.
And it didn't, did it?
No, well, for like a day and a half he did.
Well, I mean, it's just protection. We always say when Bailey's doing a protect.
Yeah.
That's what we call it.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
But anyway, so my one thing that I have that was another disappointment in things I tried this week. Before they really went mainstream, we had Muddy Bites.
Yeah,
like
we were for Muddy Biters.
We really were. Where keep going. Anyway, so for those that don't know, it's essentially like the bottom part of a cone that's got some chocolate in it.
Yeah.
These are Girl Scout cookie Muddy Bites, which I also saw at 7-Eleven. And I was like, okay, this is intriguing. I got to give it a go. The inside chocolate, good, because it's just chocolate. But the cone, I get the cone is the bit.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, the chocolate cone was not good.
Really?
It made it taste really artificial and weird, and like the bag smelled weird too, which maybe that was part of what just threw me off, because I got them and I shared them with people at work and they're like, "What's that smell?" And
Oh.
then we figured out it was like the smell from inside the bag. But I mean, I wouldn't say they weren't like terrible or anything like that. I just was disappointed because of how much I like the original Muddy Bites. To then have the Girl Scout cookie ones, you do get a little. I'm not the biggest mint person, but I wish there was a little more mint flavor to it. So it was just kind of like odd chocolate flavor with a hint of mint.
That's weird. I've been so close to buying those so many times, but it's usually like a giant. I don't know if I see them at Costco or maybe like, I know TJ Maxx and Marshalls always have those
Okay.
for whatever reason, in really, really giant bags.
Yeah.
I just, for whatever reason, never have grabbed them. I'm kind of glad now. But now that you gave it a bad review, I'm almost more curious. Is that weird?
No, I get that.
Yeah.
People are intrigued by car crashes.
Yes, exactly. Well, there's no good way to segue to Nick and Ivy with car crashes.
No.
But if you drink responsibly, it won't be a concern for you, will it?
Correct.
There you go. Good save, Jay. Heading out to our friends at Nick and Ivy Brewing, 1026 South State Street in downtown Lockport. Tons going on as always. They are advertising the Christmas in the Square in Lockport. That is Saturday, November 30th from 1 to 5. Santa photos, reindeer, stilt walkers. Buddy the Elf will be there, a giant snow globe, gingerbread bounce house, tons of great stuff. And hey, you just walk on over to Nick and Ivy. They'll also be vendors. They will be vendors at the event. So go check that out. That is this coming Saturday. And they've also got live music this week. Eve Casino is coming on Wednesday. And just looking at their week ahead, music trivia on Tuesday. They're closed on Thanksgiving, obviously. And then back with some more live music on Thursday. And like we mentioned, the Eve Casino on Wednesday. So tons of great stuff going on. And even if you're not into the events, you'll be into the beer because it's all amazing. Check them out, nickivybrewing.com, or follow them on Facebook, facebook.com/Nick and Ivy Brewing. That's NIKANDIVY Brewing.com. They're amazing and you will love them. And I promise you it's great. All right. It is time. I'm not even asking, I'm telling to ask the Fats. So we're gonna. You can't stop me.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 1 week since my last confession.
Okay, my son. What is your confession?
I'm fat.
Ask a Fat is brought to you by our buddy, Charlie the Bacon Guy. And here he is with this week's Bacon Report.
Thanks, Jay. This week we have Jardinera, French toast, Cajun, Applewood smoked bacon, Buffalo, raspberry chipotle, ranch, rosemary, jalapeno garlic, and Cajun bacon. Just coming off the smoker is cherry Dr. Pepper, red wine, Nashville hot, maple pepper, and more rosemary. Bacon jams are the original and the bourbon. I have a large batch of original made, and I can turn it into anything you'd like. So think about that before you place your next order. Quick side note for next week, we are out of town starting on Saturday. And won't be back until Friday after Thanksgiving. So if you've got an order and we're hoping to pick it up, let's do it before Friday of this week. I've already reached out to those of you who have placed your orders and need to pick up and or meet me for a delivery. But don't worry, I'm going to have plenty of bacon curing so that when I get back, I'll hit the ground running for all the orders that are going to come in over the next week. For the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
I believe I played last week's Bacon Report by mistake. My bad. He's like, I'll be gone next week and I'll be back the Friday after Thanksgiving.
What?
So, my bad. Real quick, if you didn't say it, the available flavors are, well.
Are you on charliethebaconguy.com to figure this out?
I am. Go to charliethebaconguy.com, get your orders in there. I'm sure all the stuff he's talking about is still there.
Yeah.
But I saw he had Jardinera ground bacon this week.
Yeah, buddy.
That's the thing. Mm-hmm. And again, that ground bacon that I use in the chili is just. Hope does not eat beef. We all know this. Established. My wife does not eat beef. but our entire house when I make chili smells like bacon. It smells like bacon and cumin. And she's like, if I ate beef, this is what I would eat. Maybe I'll try it with turkey one week for her.
Sure.
Then I gotta change it like the chicken broth. I gotta talk to Charlie and see if it would still work.
Okay.
I'm sure it'd be fine, right?
I don't see why not.
It's more of a vehicle for the spices and the.
Sure.
I'll talk to Charlie and see what he would do with bacon. That's how much I love my wife. Damn it.
Wow.
All right. If you want to leave us a voicemail, the number is 708-858-3314.
Hello, Fats. Pete from Crystal Lake. Been a while since I've called in, but with Thanksgiving quickly approaching, I thought I would call in with a fat fashion.
Ooh.
Bless me, Fats, for I have sinned. I truly believe at the ripe old age of 36 that I do not need another Thanksgiving turkey dinner. Yes, I know how this is going to be received. I understand. But I would much rather just have like a spread of like Mexican food or Chinese food or something simple. I understand the tradition and I understand the blowback I may get for this. But anyway, I just thought I would share that confession with you. Continue the great work. Love the show.
I mean, in general, is a giant spread he's talking about better than a turkey dinner? Probably. But there's just something about Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And it's once a year and you just go all out and it's special and someone works all day on it and like everybody comes together and brings their thing. That's more of what I'm,
yeah,
that's more of what I'm nostalgic about. But I do genuinely like turkey. Like I do like turkey with gravy and mashed potatoes. It is a very good meal for me. So I would miss it. But I get how it's not for everybody. Like Hope is not really, it's like turkey's kind of boring. And I get that. I understand.
turkey is boring. Like the thing is, for me, it's about the entire meal.
Right.
It's not about the turkey. It's about the stuffing. It's about the cranberry sauce. It's about your bread. It's about the potato. Like whatever, all of that stuff. That's what it's about food wise. Like that's, yeah. So like, could you get a big spread of either of those or any other type of food? Sure, of course. But like, this is the one time that we're like, hey, let's go out for all this stuff and the day after because there's going to be leftovers.
Yeah. And even if you skip it for Christmas, because a lot of people just do it again on Christmas.
Yeah.
Like I get that. Like go get Chinese food on Christmas. Like we did
Sure.
that, like last year for the first time we saw my parents in the morning and then didn't have plans tonight. We're like, let's go. We just drove the north side, looked at Christmas lights. We went to Cozy Noodles and had a great, we were totally happy. Like this is our new tradition. Let's do this every year. It was lovely.
Yeah.
So I get that. But Thanksgiving is, to me, that's different. You can't mess with that.
Right. That is that. I didn't even think about that. Like that being cool with having Addie being a little older now is there's a better understanding and that you can do that type of thing.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be opening presents and like having all of the nostalgia and the magic and whatever, you can pick and choose and do more of an adult way of doing it. That's got to be nice.
Yes. And I think for her too, like she's never been a kid who wants the stuff. She's not a stuffed kid. She's an experienced kid.
Mm-hmm.
So she does want like a really nice bat this year, like a legit, because she's gotten gifted a couple bats from that Courtney Gano, that girl she's friends with, the pro football player, but they're all like technically illegal.
Oh, well,
they're not USSA certified.
Okay.
So she can't use them in competition.
Gotcha.
So we need to get her like one that's legal, but
Mhm.
on that level,
Yeah.
So that'll be her one big gift.
Yeah.
Maybe we find a show she wants to see or something, because I know my mom wants to get her something big too.
Mm-hmm.
But that, yeah, it's just not like when I was a kid, I was all about like stuff.
Yeah.
Games and, toys and, my mom was nuts. It would just be a giant pile of stuff every year.
Oh, I forgot to, with you mentioning shows, I am floored that I have not heard any like wicked music emanating from the house on your end.
It has been a lot. We saw it last night.
Yeah.
It
And
was
this morning.
excellent. I loved it. I legitimately
Yeah.
liked it. I went in, I kind of sort of knew like the gist of the story.
Sure.
Hope had seen the musical. I actually bought her the 20th anniversary of the Broadway
Oh, okay.
on vinyl as a post-election celebration / morning gift.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happens, I'm giving this to her the next day.
Yeah.
And I did, and she like sobbed. I'm like, okay, just listen. So I've been getting like, here's why this is this, and she's been setting me up for the movie all week, and the soundtrack's been playing, and she's been singing it. And I've been excited about the movie, and it was really good. I highly recommend it, even if you're not into musicals.
So she was doing the meme of the bro explaining whatever in sports to his girlfriend at the game.
Yes, but I'll say, like, I never had interest in musicals until me and Hope started being together, and like my gateway musical was Book of Mormon, which it is for a lot of people.
Yeah,
because I've never laughed as hard in my life that I laughed in Book of Mormon. Like I was in tears, in pain, laughing that hard.
Yeah.
And then saw Hamilton, which was cool and like, oh my god, this is modern and really hip. And then we started going to a bunch of stuff, so I really do enjoy it now.
Yeah.
She's like, I feel like I'm forcing him. Like, I want to see this as maybe not as bad as you.
Fair.
I've been counting down the days to see Wicked 2, and I'm glad we got to see it finally last night. And it's not. We're gonna see it a couple times at least.
Cool. Yeah, I wasn't into him at all until I was in the pit in high school for South Pacific and The Music Man.
Oh, cool.
So, those were both like very traditional. What do you think of musicals? Those are probably what you think of.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm generally here for a musical. So
I will say, like, I bought her the Rent soundtrack like
Okay.
when we started dating, and I'm like, I don't like this.
yeah.
Like, for whatever reason, and I think I probably like it more now than I did then.
Okay.
But I think that set me back a little bit because I'm like, is this what they're like? Because it's kind of corny.
Yeah.
But I think now if I was to hear it in the lens of understanding musical theater better, that I would like it a lot more. But
Sure.
anyway, Wicked was great. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's some surprises which are very cool.
Okay.
So yeah, go check it out. Definitely worth seeing. All right, we got to get to the email section of the show. ifatpod@gmail.com.
Ask a fat about this and that. It's time to chat with the fats.
Only 2 Ask a Fats today, and one comes from the YouTube chat from Ersta, right? Yes, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Says 5 years ago, Connor McDoink failed the 3 Jack's Pizza Challenge while on the air. Do you feel you could have completed that at any point in your life?
Yes, the day he did it, because we were ridiculing him for not being able to complete that. Now, the little bit of context that I will give him is, yes, it was over the course of a show, but he wasn't eating like mid-segment or anything. This was purely in the breaks. However, at that time at Odyssey, the breaks were 20 minutes of the hour, pretty much. It felt like it was like 7.5 with the CBS Sports Minute.
Yeah.
Then like 5.5 and another 5.5. So you're looking at like 19-ish minutes.
And you add promos at the front and back, you're probably looking at 23 minutes an hour of ads.
Yeah. So he had more than enough time. Yeah. He had more than enough time to finish 3 Jack's Supreme pizzas. Like, I'm sorry, it's a Jack's pizza. You know what you do? You cook 2 of them, you make them a sandwich, and then you know what it is? It's the size of one normal slice, Connor.
Yeah, it's not the fact that he couldn't, it's the fact that he was so cocky that he could.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even close.
No, he's as thin as the pizzas themselves.
I think it was like maybe 1 Jack's pizza and like 2 slices.
Yeah. The fact that he didn't even like,
it was disappointing. I lost a lot of respect for him that day, I gotta be honest.
Yeah, agreed. Same. By the way, random shout out from our past Score Lives. Did you see during the Bears game that the backside of a long snapper IPA made it on the broadcast?
I did see that. Yes.
Yeah, I texted Manley. I was like, "Was that a long snapper?" And he's like, "Sure was." So
sure was, buddy.
Yeah.
How much do you pay that guy for that?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
Well, they serve it at Soldier Field. So
that's awesome. But yes, what would be so if we weren't allowed to eat during the segments. So we're saying, let's say 20 minutes of breaks an hour in 6 to 7 minute increments over a 3-hour show. So you're essentially over 3 hours. You're getting like almost an hour to eat.
Yeah.
How many Jack's pizzas realistically do you think you could take down?
I think 3.
Okay.
I think that's about right. Because it is like still a lot of bread.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it is a lot of surface area of food. I know it's thin,
Sure.
but I think it would expand in your stomach pretty quick. But given like, over the course of 3 hours, yeah, I could take down 3. It would be a challenge. I think it would have been a little helpful too if they had remained hot.
Yeah, that's fair.
Get a little gross as it went on.
Congeals.
Yeah. So I think that played a role too.
I was gonna say 4. Like just thinking from the concept that I was thinking of just like take 2 and fold them onto each other.
Yeah.
Put them back to back. Like I could have totally done it. I feel like I could have done 4 pretty confidently.
And Ertz says his complaint was the sodium.
Yeah.
Is there a little effect on apple pop?
I don't want to know what that would be. That's not a thought bubble coming out of that.
I forget where I was. Where was I? We were talking about some dessert, and someone's like, "Oh, for me, it's just too rich," and I'm like, "Shut up, too rich."
Right? Like what? Too rich to like? It's one thing if it's like too rich to eat a full serving of something. Okay, I can kind of understand that because there are some things that they're just like the goal is to make it as like decadent as humanly possible.
Yeah.
But
see, now Sam is telling you to prove it.
Fine.
So you're gonna order the pizzas. 3 Jack's pizzas over the course of 4. Well, how long was that? 3 hours? 4 hours?
3 hours. 3? Wow, I don't even remember.
Felt longer. Sam, what does Rick get if he completes it? That's the question. I'm just saying. Genuine.
I did not say.
You didn't say a word. All right, back to Ask-A-Fats. Rick,
Yes.
you get this one out.
All right. This one's from Daniel. Good evening, Rick and Slim J. Previously on the famous I'm Fat podcast, I told ye the fats about when my son exposed my wife's scandalous visits to Culver's without getting me anything.
Yes.
But because I rolled the tape and let my wife hear the story from Rick's mouth as he read my email in complete horror, she tried to rebound. Saturday night, my wife proudly opened the oven to show me that she so sweetly picked me up a meal from Culver's. However, as the meal emerged from the oven, it became obvious that the bun had been compromised. Thankfully, my lovable son with odd food preferences asked specifically to eat the burnt bun. The bun? Just thought I'd share. Happy Thanksgiving. Also, holy crap, someone that knows how to write.
I did a little Grammarly on it. A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
Have you seen like the AI, is it the Apple AI where it's like person is incompetent and using a different tone and then writes the email and then like uses the different tone? I'm like,
I've seen that. I haven't used it yet. I don't know if I have.
Neither have I. Well, I just did the update like right before we went on, and like all the icons look different now.
Yeah, I just updated too, but mine all look the same.
Oh, well then why do mine all look like this?
I'm a big widget guy.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
I generally haven't because I'm also an old.
Yeah. Widget guy. Oh. I like yours. They look cool.
Yeah.
I'm kind of envious. I want to know what happened. Why didn't I get that?
I don't know. I wish I could tell you.
It's a bummer. It's a bummer, man.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. We did it. We made it to Thanksgiving.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Enjoy the food. Enjoy the family time. Enjoy the time off of work. How about it? Hopefully you get that.
I get a day. And I was off today. So
Nice. Follow us on all of our social media at I'mFatPod, I'mFatPod@gmail.com. Check out Spotify or Patreon if you like, and make it a memorable one. And I'mFatMerch.com. That's where you can get all our merch. If there's not a sale right now, wait about an hour, and then there will be one after that. So check out YouTube, youtube.com/I'mFatPodcast. Subscribe, like each video, and let it run in the background, even if you watched us live, because that helps our the hours spent viewing. Is that what it's called? Hours viewed?
Hours, yeah, something like that.
Something like that, whatever. And then subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, and resubscribe to the regular podcast feed. Leave us the old 5-star rating and review. And the best thing you can do is check out our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Fredo's Culinary Kitchen, and Nick and Ivy Brewing. So for Jay, I'm Rick. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And this is the I'm Fat Podcast.
I like to solve the puzzle.
Okay, well, let's hear it.
Treat yourself a round of sausage.